The second temptation, peace. The second night, the devil came softer, his presence less fire and more shadow. He sat across from her, his eyes no longer burning but deep, like wells that swallowed light. "You carry so much," he said, his voice almost tender. "Let me take it away." He wove a new vision, a world without pain. No more sleepless nights, no more battles with the ghosts that haunted her mind. He offered rest, a warmth that could melt the cold knot in her chest, an escape from the endless war of being Tuesday. "Peace," he whispered. "A life without struggle. Isn't that what you crave?" Tuesday's lips curved into a faint, bittersweet smile. "Peace is a lie for those who fear the truth," she said. "I don't want escape. I want meaning." The devil's eyes narrowed, his composure cracking. She was not like the others, who begged for relief from their burdens. She embraced hers, as if they were the very threads of her soul. He left without a word, the room colder than before. On the third night, the devil came with cruelty. The air grew thick with the weight of memory, and he stood before her, his elegance fraying at the edges. This time, he brought her past every wound, every betrayal, every moment that had carved her into the woman she was. Faces of those who had abandoned her flickered in the air. Voices of those who had mocked her echoed in the walls. Her heartbreaks played like a cruel symphony, each note designed to break her. "They hurt you," he hissed, his voice a blade. "They left you bleeding, alone, unseen. Why cling to a soul that has only brought you pain?" Tuesday stood motionless, her eyes shimmering not with tears, but with a fury that burned colder than his fire. "Because it's mine," she said, her voice low and unyielding. "You'll never understand what it means to own yourself, scars and all." The ground trembled. The shadows recoiled. The devil's form wavered, as if her defiance was unraveling the very fabric of his existence. Her words were not just a refusal, they were a challenge to his eternity. The devil's defeat. The final night was silent. No wind, no whispers, just a stillness so profound it felt like the world held its breath. Tuesday sat by her window, waiting. She knew he would come. When he did, he was no longer the flawless figure from the first night. His form was raw, jagged, a mosaic of every sin and shadow he had ever claimed. His voice, once honeyed, was now soft, almost human. "How do you do it, Tuesday?" he asked, his eyes searching hers. "How do you carry such darkness and never let it own you?" Tuesday stood, her presence steady as a mountain. "Because I made peace with my monsters," she said. "You think darkness is your weapon, but it's my reflection. I've walked through hell and chosen who I am. You'll never have that choice." The devil staggered, his form cracking like glass under her words. Truth, even whispered, was a force stronger than his eternal fire. He looked at her, not with anger, but with something closer to awe. "You win, Tuesday," he said, his voice trembling with rage and reverence. "I never played," she replied. With a final shudder, the devil dissolved into smoke, leaving behind the faint scent of burnt roses. Tuesday stood alone, unbroken, untouched, undefeated. Epilogue, the name he remembers. They say the devil never forgets the souls he fails to claim. In the endless caverns of hell, where shadows whisper of his victories, one name echoes like a warning: Tuesday. "Beware the girl who fears nothing," he murmurs to the darkness. "Beware Tuesday, the mortal who taught the devil what power truly means." And in Blackthorn Hollow, Tuesday paints. Her canvases still bleed with truth, her heart still carries its scars, and her soul remains her own. Do subscribe, like, share and comment on what the next story should be to support my new channel.